the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here at Daytona with the OP Racing Grand National Super Speedway Series. We are in the first race of the round of 8. 2 races in the round of 8, both races being presented by Hooligan, so it is titled the Round of 8 presented by Hooligan. Thank you very much, Hooligan, for making these races happen here tonight. So qualifying is underway on the track right now. Vicente Guerrero in the 14 has the top spot with a 49.12. So Guerrero with the pole position. Several other cars out on the speedway. 88 of Gabe Butler making his way around the speedway. Gabe Butler into 4th. The 62 of Les Levy making his way down the backstretch. Les on the clock for his timed lap. So far, 15 drivers have posted a qualifying time. Jeff Crosby Jr. with a 49.11 on top of the leaderboard. Crosby Sr. in 3rd. Gabe Butler 4th, rounding out the top 5. Casey Gilchrist in the 29. In the 62 of Les Levy gonna move up into 3rd. Scott Warren in the 076 making his way down the backstretch. Nate Warren in the 16, sitting in 12th. Scott Warren gonna see what he can do. Scott Warren heading for the start finish line, and the 76 going to move up into 6th place. So a good run by him. The 44 of Anthony English does not have a lap in. Does not look like he's going to get a timed lap. John Guerrero across the line. Guerrero up into 11th. So that will do it for qualifying. 19 drivers posting a qualifying time. With that being said, we're going to step away for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll go through tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as our drivers have taken to the grid. That can only mean one thing. It is time to go through starting lineup for tonight's race. On the front row, we have the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. with a quick time of 49.119. To his outside, that is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Row number 2, the 62 of Les Levy, and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Row number 3, the 88 of Gabe Butler, and the 76 of Scott Warren. Row number 4 going to be Casey Gilchrist and Dave Hunt. Row 5, the 12 of Zach Fritsch, and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 6 going to be made up of John Guerrero in the 59 and Dwayne Corbett in the 9. Row 7, Jerry Bergeron and Nate Warren. Row number 8, John McCara and Nick Wing. Row number 9 going to be Dana Shepard and Harold Rothery. Row 10, Derek Donna and the 44 of Anthony English. Row 11, Shane Posey and Chris Jordan. Eric Laurie and Rick Sanchez in row number 12. And our final driver on the speedway here tonight, that is the 84 of Len McNeese. So for the final time, the field is calm. After that, everyone's heart rate is going to be up. Even under caution, they're still going to be wound up, catching their breath. This is the final moment that they have in this race. Just get sorted, get settled, and prepare for 70 laps. I drew a blank there. 70 laps of Daytona. Here we go. The round of 8 is underway. 8 drivers trying to nail down a championship. 2 races to advance into the championship round. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we are underway for the first time tonight. Off into turn number 1. 25 drivers set sail side by side, several rows deep, everyone given a little bit of room with the foot firmly planted to the floor. Want to give a shout out to everyone in YouTube chat. How y'all doing? Thank you very much for saying hello. Make sure you all cheer often and loudly for your favorite driver. Lap number 1 going to be led by either the 14 or the 33. That was very close at the line. Did not quite see who that was. Either way, the race continues on. And down the backstretch. Trying to make 3 wide happen. '16 of Nate Warren up in the 3rd lane. Field coming off of turn number 4. '14 of Vicente Guerrero out in front. Jeff Crosby Jr. to his outside. '15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. trying to mix it up. 3rd car in the outside lane. He's tucked in behind the 62 of Les Levy. Fast lap of the race for the moment. That is Derek Donna in the 215, earning a 45.287. So Derek Donna having the fastest lap of the race here on lap 5. And another new fast lap. This one provided by Jerry Bergeron, turning a 45.040. Bergeron in the 1, flat out getting after it. So some fast laps being turned here. Field still working its way into a 3 wide situation, but so far nobody quite going up there. Scott Warren has been up there for a little bit all by himself, and he continues to gain a little bit of ground every single lap. But so far has not been able to put himself out in front. Now he has some help from the 16 of Nate Warren. And Nate Warren into the wall. 16 going to fall back a little bit, but goes ahead and slots into the second row, but definitely very slow. Slides in behind Chris Jordan. So the 16 with that scrape into the wall falls all the way back to last place. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 sliding down in front of the 14. That gives the middle lane to the 62 of Les Levy. Right now, our biggest mover of the race, that is none other than Harold Rothery, up 13 spots from where he qualified. Rothery tucked in behind Jeff Crosby Sr. Here at the Legacy Daytona track, it's very bumpy and the drivers going to be holding on for dear life all race long. Close quarters racing is not out of the question. So the 62 of Les Levy is our race leader. Slides down to the inside. Now the 76. Scott Warren. It's like he may be trying to blend in. Scott Warren gets blended in and we're back to 2 wide. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15, out in front for the first time tonight, slides down in front of Les Levy. Drivers in the second lane trying to get down onto the yellow line. They are cycling through. And Harold Rothery to the point, the 6. Up 17 spots to take the race lead inside of 12 laps. So Rothery with some big moves out in front. Right now, though, he is not the biggest mover of the race. That goes to the 071 of Eric Laurie. Eric Laurie turned up the heat just a little bit. He has gained 20 spots to be the second car in the outside line. Rothery in the 6, holding off Scott Warren in the 76. of Zach Fritsch thinks about shooting the gap, slides back in behind the 071. And Scott Warren Scott Warren takes over the race lead. Starts hugging that yellow line. Coming around to start lap 14. Only one stage break in this race, that coming at lap 35. So a pit stop is in order. A little bit of a scramble down the backstretch, the inside line falling apart. Three cars in the second lane trying to break away before the bottom lane can get reorganized, but looks like everyone sorted it out. Down the back stretch, everyone goes. A little bit foggy here tonight. We're going to deal with that. No problems here. We'll take the fog and just roll with it. Glory officially scored as the race leader down the backstretch. The 071 up 22 spots. So Eric Glory, if he could win this race, would most likely be the biggest mover of the race. And Eric Glory slides down in front of Scott Warren. That leaves Zach Fritsch in the 12 as our line leader in the second lane. Coming up on green flag pit stops. As Zach Fritsch takes over the top spot, everyone trying to cycle through. We talked about our biggest mover of the race as we go on to our first round of pit stops. And trouble on the pit road. Nate Warren still around, Len McNeese around. Zach Fritsch and Sean McCarron in the 71 able to roll on. Eric Laurie and Shane Posey running 1 and 2 down the backstretch. When will this group come down pit lane? As Shane Posey starts to fall back, we'll see who's going to peel off for pit road, and Eric Laurie hits pit lane. One driver really aggressive, and that is Eric Laurie as he tries to get it slowed down. 60 miles an hour the pit road speed limit, but I have a feeling that Eric Laurie was not doing 60 miles an hour when he hit that pit road. Now the 04 of Mark Mann is our race leader. Mark Mann up to the top. The 44 of Anthony English going to slide down underneath. And Anthony English takes over the race lead, but quickly moves for pit lane. And this is going to complete our green flag pit stop cycle. Got Warren way out in front by himself. Leads everyone who has made a pit stop. Vicente Guerrero trying to close the gap. Crosby Jr. there to help. So as the field comes around to get bunched back up once again. Five of Rick Sanchez into third. He is up 21 spots. So the race lead right now is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. The 14 needs another lap. Guerrero on that loud pedal. Green flag pit stops have a way of spreading the field out. And right now, we've got some separation. Wayne Corbett in the 9. Last car in this group of 7. And then a 2-second gap back to the 04 of Mark Mann. Behind Mark Mann, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Then it's Jeff Crosby Sr. and Harold Rothery. Rothery in 11th place. Eric Laurie in the 071, long pit stop. He came onto pit road and has not left. Len McNeese in the 84 finds himself 1 lap down after an extended pit stop for him. Les Levy got caught speeding on pit road. So too did Zach Fritsch and Sean McCara. So the field spread out right now. But out in front of it all, that is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the Italian Stallion. Jeff Crosby Jr. in second. Third, the 5 of Rick Sanchez. Ten laps away from the end of our opening stage. So the 14 continues to lead right now. It looks like not a lot of people trying to make a challenge. Everyone riding around single file. Lap traffic coming up for the 14. '71 of Sean McCara. Last car on the lead lap. About to go a lap down. Zach Fritsch in the 12 right there as well. Both these two drivers got caught speeding. And because of that, it has put them behind. Vicente Guerrero does them a favor. Slots in right behind him. So Guerrero now tucked in behind the 71. Zach Fritsch leads this group, but not scored as the leader. Eric Glory in the 071, after spending 7.5 minutes on pit road, rejoins the race about 10 laps down. And he's going to get swallowed up by the pack once again. Eric Glory going down another lap. Mark Mann in the 04 leads the charge in the second group. Jeff Crosby Sr., Shane Posey. Harold Rothery in this group. Gabe Butler, Chris Jordan. Dana Shepard in the 43 at the tail end of this second group. Shepard riding around. Then a little bit further back behind these guys, this is our third group led by John Guerrero. John Guerrero in 15th spot as Nick Wing, Jerry Bergeron. Our first round of green flag pit stops truly did spread this field out. And now as we get ready to draw an end to the stage, Business is picked up at the front of the field. Anthony English in the 44, 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. These two going at it for the top spot. .44 of Anthony English can't quite clear the 33. Stays under the outside. Zach Fritsch and Sean McCarr swallowed up in this. They've gone a lap down. Zach Fritsch hoping that he can be the first car one lap down. Sean McCarr going to try and steal it from him if he can when this yellow flag comes out. But here we go. Final time in stage one. Side by side, the 33 and the 44. Anthony English has in a shot from the 33, but he keeps it gathered in. Anthony English in the 44 off of turn number 4. English with a full head of steam, nobody to his outside, and Anthony English going to hold off a late charge by the 53 of Dave Hunt and come away with the stage win. So English picks up stage number 1 as the yellow flag comes out. And the field going to make its way around and cycle behind the pace car. We're going to step away for a moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to talk to our stage 1 winner, Anthony English. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony English done with his pit stop. Let's see if we can't get a word in with our stage winner. Anthony, got your ears on, bud?
Hey, what's going on, KR?
Man, I'll tell you what, that opening stage was one for the books. The 44 pulling out kind of a last minute move there to make it work.
Yeah, just kind of just riding until we got in that final 4-lap stage of the stage there, just to see what was going on, saving fuel, and then just trying to get what he could for positions at the end. And I had Dave Hunt behind me, and ended up being able to get the win somehow. So I'll take it.
Well, good job out there. The one round of green flag pit stops really split this field up, and we saw some drivers aggressive entries and spinning out. How hard is it to enter pit road here at Daytona?
Well, I don't know if you can see, it's a little foggy out there, but it actually feels a little slick going into pits. Like I roasted them. I roasted the living crap out of them in the pit when we came in, and my right front was gone. So, but it's tough. I was actually surprised it got that spread out, but I mean, it happens. It's just a little slick going in today. It's so foggy, it almost feels like a night race.
I was gonna say the fog may be adding a little bit of slickness to it. So, well, man, congratulations once again on the stage win. You are what was I gonna say? You're the first driver in the round of 8 to win a stage as one of our championship drivers. What do you think is going to take to win this race and advance into the next round?
I think being able to get on off pit lane and just keeping it clean, trying to stay up front. 08 always seems to be a little bit of a track position race sometimes, so I think it's just at this point try to keep track position and clean card to the end, and just do what you can. Getting some good stage points don't mean we got to win, but it just means we just still got to finish decent. So you get a top 5, I'll be happy here tonight.
All right, man. Well, nice job in the stage. Shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to add.
You up in the booth, KR, turn 3, all the admins, everybody watching home, and the team.
All right, man. What team were you in? I think it was team 2.
I'm in one of them. I don't remember which one. But...
All right. Well, we'll put you in team 2. All right, man. Well, nice,
thanks, man.
Nice job and congratulations.
Thank you, KR.
That is Anthony English, driver of the 44, our stage 1 winner. Now we begin our second and final stage of the race. This one is sprint to lap 70. Another pit stop on the horizon for our drivers. Lights are out on the pace car. Anthony English, Scott Warren on the front row for the restart. Pace car gets out of the way. Green flag is out, and we go racing once again. Looks like a good, clean restart for almost everyone. It's the 44 down the backstretch, unchallenged, but here comes the 43, Dana Shepard, and Dave Hunt gonna jump up in front of him. And the 53 gonna get pushed to the race lead by the momentum that Dana Shepard had. Now Shepard leads the charge in the second lane. And the bottom lane kind of falling apart there a little bit. Drivers not quite getting square to each other just yet. But Dana Shepard in the 43 leading that lap and drops down to the inside. Shepard to the front. I just realized I never showed who our Championship 8 drivers are. Gabe Butler, Vicente Guerrero, Nate Warren, Jeff Crosby Jr., Zach Fritsch, Anthony English, Mark Mann, and Len McNeese. our championship contending drivers here in the round of 8. Nate Warren, Zach Fritsch, Len McNeese, all 1 lap down as of this moment. So it's trouble for 3 of our championship contenders. Not a way you want to start off the round of 8. It is a short round, just 2 races. Still, a lot of laps left in this one. McNeese, Fritsch, and Warren might be able to dig out of the hole that they are in. We have 19 cars on the lead lap. All 25 drivers still in this race. Les Levy, the first car, 1 lap down. He battles with Len McNeese, Zach Fritsch, Nate Warren, and Nick Wing to be the first car 1 lap down, should the yellow flag come out. Dana Shepard has the lead, but here comes the 53 of Dave Hunt to try and wrestle it away. Middle of the pack looks a little sketchy, if you will. But everyone's still challenging and driving hard. Shane Posey in the 83, going to try and take it away from the 53 of Dave Hunt. Zach Fritsch up in the third lane. Fritsch into the wall. Les Levy into the wall. Little bit of contact. We stayed green. But Zach Fritsch, hard impact into the wall. He is slowed down the backstretch, trying to regain some momentum, but I bet there's damage that is holding that car back. Meanwhile, the 53 of Dave Hunt is our race leader. Shane Posey in the 83 now muscling his way to the top spot. There you go, Ron. Got that for you. Now you can see the gap and see who is a lap down. So down to 24 laps to go. Shane Posey is our race leader. The 59 of John Guerrero in the second lane all by himself. Guerrero not losing a lot of ground for not having any help. Casey Gilchrist and Scott Warren trying to close the gap to the 59, but Gilchrist going to make it 3 wide. He's going for the race lead. So Gilchrist and Jeff Crosby Jr. up along the wall. 33 going to slide down into the second lane. Shane Posey continues to lead this race. And the second yellow flag of the night has come out. 62 of Les Levy. Slow. See if we can figure out what happened here. Mark Mann, Len McNeese, Harold Rothery all getting a piece of this one. Three cars trying to battle for the same spot on the speedway. Never really works out. 62 going for the spin. Everyone else slight contact. So the second yellow flag being displayed tonight. On to pit road, the 83 will lead this field. Looks like Nick Wing going to get the free pass. Dana Shepard going to win the race off of pit road. Well, the field slowed down for only the second time tonight. Dana Shepard into his pit box. The 53 of Dave Hunt does stay out. It's going to give the race lead to Dave Hunt. Zach Fritsch in the 12 taking the wave around. That will put him back on the lead lap. Nate Warren in the 16. One lap down, he's going to get shuffled to the back of the pack. So here we go, pace car down and away. Dave Hunt in the 53, going to lead a single file line to the green flag, and away we go. Nate Warren did not take a second pit stop. That is why he was able to hold on to a spot. Everyone else came back down pit road. And Nate Warren in the mix of it. Here comes Anthony English in the 44, our stage winner, out in front. Rick Sanchez now in the second lane. What is Sanchez gonna do? Down to 15 laps to go. John Guerrero, Rick Sanchez at the front of the field. Anthony English, Vicente Guerrero, Eric Donna make up your top 5. .21 cars on the lead lap. Nick Wing, the last car on the lead lap. Wing finding himself just a little bit behind the field here. All of our drivers are bunched up. They're all in this group. Nate Warren, Len McNeese, Les Levy, still 1 lap down. Check in on the 12 of Zach Fritsch, who tried to take the wave around. He was last on pit road on lap 44. Fritchie going to be short on fuel. Everyone else, I don't know if they're going to make it. It is going to be very, very close on fuel for the entire field. Trying to make it 3 wide. Eric Donna in the 215. Slotting down into the second line. Shane Posey in the 83. Up on along the wall. As Scott Warren with him. Vicente Guerrero in the 14. In the middle lane. Tight off of turn 4, and they hold on to it. So the 14 shooting out ahead. And there is a big one down the backstretch. This one going to cost a lot of cars some damage and some fast repairs. Let's take a look. Field making its way through 1 and 2. Off of turn number 2, the 14 starts squirting out ahead. And then the 76, big wiggle. Jeff Crosby Jr. going to try and get through that. It'll look like maybe Jerry Bergeron squeezing through that one. Without any contact. Let's go on board. On board with Bergeron in the number 1. Onto the backstretch, the 14 gets out ahead. There's the 76 wiggle and Jerry Bergeron. And how the seas part for the 1. He and the 33 squirt on through. One last look at it as almost everyone on the pit road. So Shane Posey stayed out, John Guerrero, Jeff Crosby Jr., Dave Hunt, Casey Gilchrist, Mark Mann. Those 6 drivers all stayed out. Everyone else has been on pit road, topped off their fuel tanks. And we'll have more than enough fuel to make it to the end. Lights go out on the pace car. We're going to have 5 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. A few yellows that we have gotten has put 22 cars back on the lead lap. That also did a huge favor for the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Zach Fritsch had taken the wave around and was short on fuel, making a gamble that there would be another yellow, and that gamble has paid off. Zach Fritsch finds himself in the outside lane inside the top 10. So Fritsch looking good. Shane Posey, John Guerrero leading this race. Pace car is out of the way, green flag is out, and we are back at it. Shane Posey squirts out ahead. And we're down to 5 laps to go. Three wide, Dwayne Corbett up along the wall, leading this field in the 3rd lane. And the 4th yellow flag going to come out. Jeff Crosby Sr. slow down on the apron. Heavy damage for him. Let's see what went wrong for the 15. He and Gabe Butler get hooked up, can't get undone. Len McNeese into the wall as well. Gabe Butler's got worn in the 15. So another caution flag coming out. This one going to give us our first attempt at a green-white checkered, I do believe. Field has caught up to the pace car. Lights are going to go out. I don't think they're going to go out this time by. Yeah, I think we're going to be in our first attempt at a green-white checkered. All right, so our first attempt at a green-white checkered coming your way. This yellow going to help out the drivers who are trying to stretch their fuel, but it will add an extra lap. So things are going to get tight for them either way. So it's going to be an interesting deal here. Who has been able to save some fuel? Shane Posey last on pit road on lap 51. Lights go out on the pace car. Field gonna stack up. Wayne Corbett last on pit road on lap 63, so he has plenty of fuel in that tank. John Guerrero last on pit road on lap 51. Same with Jeff Crosby Jr. Dave Hunt in the 53 last on pit road lap 50. His tank may be drier than the rest. So the field through 3 and 4. Pace car gonna get out of the way this time. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Green, white checkered attempt. Here we go. Trouble behind them. The yellow flag comes out. Big time crash. Derek Donna pointed the wrong way. A lot of cars in the grass. Jeff Crosby Sr. still spinning. Trouble going into the corner. Anthony English out of shape in this shot. Casey Gilchrist looked a little slow on the start there, maybe stacking up the inside line. The 44, Anthony English, gonna try and make a move, gets pinched. Harold Rothery into the wall. Dana Shepard into the wall. So the field is slowed down for the 5th time. Shane Posey waiting for the pace car. And so we go into another attempt at a green-white checkered. And Shane Posey is going to have to pit from the lead. Does not have enough fuel to make it. That will give the lead to Dwayne Corbett. Corbett has plenty of fuel. Nate Warren gets the wave around, or the free pass. He is back on the lead lap. So Dwayne Corbett is our race leader. John Guerrero, Jeff Crosby Jr. both pitted on lap 51 along with Shane Posey, but they have managed to stay out. How much fuel do they have? Mark Mann also pitted on lap 51 in the 04. So just 3 drivers on lap 51. Pit stops remain. Dave Hunt, lap 50, he is still out there. Casey Gilchrist in 8th, also pitted on lap 51. So this one, even though we've got the yellows, we still have some fuel strategy coming into play here. Track position being very important at the Legacy Daytona track. The lights go out on the pace car. Eric Donna still sitting on pit road, a long pit stop for the 215. Looks like the 76 of Scott Warren has gone behind the wall. He is scored in 24th place. Derek Donna on pit road being serviced by his crew. Les Levy, the first car 1 lap down, and the only car 1 lap down in the 62. He is still out there. It looks like maybe trouble for the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr., as he has gone behind the wall as well. And as we get ready to send them off one more time, here we go. Green flag is out. And we're going to try it again. Does the 33 have enough fuel? Tucks in behind the 9 of Dwayne Corbett, the 9 out in front. Corbett has a lead down the backstretch. Can we get to the white flag without another big crash? Here we come to the line. White flag coming out. Final lap here at the Legacy Daytona track. And Jeff Crosby Jr. has the race lead. No holding back now. He can't give up. He has got to stay with his foot to the floor. Hope that he has saved enough fuel. Down the backstretch, the 33 still has the advantage. The 12 of Zach Fritsch pushing on his bumper. Trouble behind them. Shane Posey into the wall. Ooh, John Guerrero collects Dwayne Corbett. That is going to leave the 33 unchallenged for the moment. Here comes the 12 of Zach Fritsch, and at the line, Jeff Crosby Jr. punches his ticket into the round. The final round, our final championship race. Our first driver locked into that one. That is the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. stretching his fuel. "23 laps. Boy, humongous fuel run from the 33 gives him the race win. Go ahead and take a look at the rest of our results for this one. Zach Fritsch brings it home in second after being a lap down. Mark Mann brings it home in third, the final step of the podium. Vicente Guerrero fourth, and rounding out your top 5, that is Jerry Bergeron. Len McNeese, Sean McCarron, Gabe Butler, John Guerrero, Anthony English, your next 5. In 11th place, that is Dana Shepard. Nate Warren 12th. 13th place goes to Nick Wing. 14th, that is Shane Posey. Rick Sanchez 15th. 16th, Chris Jordan. Wayne Corbett 17th. 18th, Dave Hunt. Harold Rothery 19th. 20th, Casey Gilchrist. 21st, Les Levy. Jeff Crosby Sr. 22nd. 23rd, Derek Donna. Scott Warren 24th. And Eric Laurie in 25th spot as the 33 and the 12 celebrate. Let's fire up our post-race interviews. Let's start it off with the driver of the 33. That is Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff, I'm amazed that you still have anything left in the tank.
Yeah, I have 0.2 left, so I probably had maybe half a gal left there. I'm just saving fuel, man. Just got lucky with the cautions, and man, can't believe it. It's definitely been a while.
Well, you are the first driver to punch your ticket into the championship battle, and you do so here on a huge fuel strategy call. Man, that 33 though was fast all race long. I don't think I ever saw you outside the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal with these cars. Save fuel and try to stay up front as much as you can, avoid all the carnage in the back. It's been a while since I've qualified pole and finished the race first. I tried to get the stage there, obviously, but Anthony was able to get it. But yeah, I can't believe, I honestly, I was not even thinking about the fuel situation until you mentioned it. I knew I was close, but I just didn't realize how close, because it says 0.2 right now, 0.2 laps, so.
Well, good job, man. You bring it home with the race win. You punch your ticket into the championship 4. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, give a shout out to you in the booth. I appreciate you for covering the race. Appreciate you doing this every week. It really means a lot. Shout out to Team 3 tonight. We had our usual group. I think we were missing maybe a racer or two, but I do know Fritsch had a rough race, and he easily could have made the move and win the race, but he decided to stick with me and push me to the victory. Definitely gonna have to think about that for next week. Shout out to the wife. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to anybody that's watching. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is, I think, like the 7th or maybe the 8th Final Four that I've been in. Hopefully we can get the 4th championship locked in in 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, once again, nice job. Congratulations on the finish. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Appreciate you, man. See you next week.
That is the 33, Jeff Crosby Jr., our race winner. Now let's move on to second place. That is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Zach, we talked a little bit before the race started, and now we get to talk in our post-race interviews on the podium. That 12 after being a lap down. Nice job tonight.
You're good at foreshadowing things. You really are.
I pay attention.
Usually you get the broadcaster curse, but you were good at foreshadowing that one.
Well, see,
I gotta admit,
I wasn't broadcasting at the time.
Oh, that's true. That is true. You got me on that one.
Yeah, I wasn't broadcasting at the time, so you know.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we got stuck a lap down for 3/4 of the race. Luckily, we were able to get our lap back doing a wave round, and there was another wreck to where it kind of knocked out a little bit of everybody. I could pit with everybody because I was going to be needing fuel, and nobody else was going to be needing fuel again. So, but luckily, like I said, it was a big wreck, so everybody had to pit, get damage fixed. Was able to hurry up and get some fuel and get back out there. Did a 3 wide to push Dwayne up there to the front, see what I could do to try to make my way more up there. And then, yeah, I mean, that last restart, Dwayne up there, of course, so I'm going to push Junior all the way. He's a teammate. Push him all the way, and it was fighting me. He knows that. It was fighting me for him, or for me not to side draft him and try to steal the win from him. But yeah, overall it was good effort. I'm glad I got second after being a lap down the entire night. So yeah.
Oh man, nice job out there tonight. Podium full of playoff contention drivers. A second place here, not necessarily locked in, but looking around you and where all your championship 8 finished, this one's got to feel pretty good.
Yes and no. I mean, I didn't get any stage points, like I said, being a lap down. You know, they got me there a little bit, so luckily it'll even it out a little bit to where it's still basically like a reset, you know, between them and me. But as far as yeah, seeing that wreck there at the end, I thought there, I was like, yeah, hey, this will put me a lot more points up. And then next thing you know, they all benefited from that wreck. So I was like, oh, never mind. I didn't want to see that wreck. So.
Well, all right, man. Nice job once again. Congratulations. And if you haven't said anything that you need to, now's your chance.
No, I love you, KR. Whoa. Thank you, KR, for broadcasting tonight. Thank you for my team that was with Junior and Senior, Sean, Nate. Gotta help Nate out next week for sure. Casey, and then definitely shout out to my wife for letting me do this, and OP, all of its admins, and all the fans, of course, watching. So that's it. Appreciate you.
All right, that is the 12, Zach Fritsch, getting it done here tonight. Second place. Nice job, Zach. Now let's see about moving on to our third and final step of the podium, and that is the 04 of Mark Mann. Mark, congratulations on third place.
Hey, seeing you here again for another podium. That's fine with me.
Well, man, you bring this one home in third place. This race was not without a little bit of issues for you. especially late in the race. Looked like you got caught up in a couple of deals out there.
Yeah, I did, and I knew that recovering from those were going to be pretty insurmountable. You know, we had a pretty good car count tonight, but I was able to get most of it fixed in pit road and just kind of stayed in it. Some of the cautions fell in my favor. Ended up there in the front 3 rows, and then right before that last caution, Zach and them made a pretty awesome run on the 3rd lane, and a caution came out, which actually put me back. And some people had the pit, put me back up there in the top 3 lanes. I think Zhao had damage, so our line kind of stalled out a bit, and then calamity ensued, and I saw a opening of light, and I drove through it, and I'm lucky to have finished 3rd.
Well, man, you do bring it home in 3rd. The first race in the round of 8, just 2 races in this one total, and a 3rd place finish for you. How's this affect your plan going into the final race of the round of 8?
Well, there's going to be no comfort going in there because now one of the, I don't really remember. I think Crosby's in the hunt, so that takes up 1 spot in the championship race. So it's going to be 3 cars battling it out for those final 3 spots, and I think the points are probably going to be pretty tight. And I'm probably going to be right on the cut line, 4th or 5th. So I'm going to have to get some stage points and get a good finish. Try to get a look at it at the end if I can, but if not, I'm gonna probably need a top 5. So we're gonna see how it all plays out. That's kind of the way these championships are. The way I feel about it is the more of them that you're in the playoffs, the better likelihood you have of winning championships. And it usually takes me 5 or 6 Final Fours to get one. So I won the championship here last season, and I was happy to do that. So it might not be in the cards for me this season, but we'll give it a shot, maybe have a look at it, see what happens.
All right, man. Well, nice job out here tonight. Final shout outs, thank yous.
Yeah, thanks to Fritsch for putting this on, giving us a place to race on Wednesdays. You know, we appreciate it more than a lot of the OP admins know. And, and then the broadcast. Thanks, KR, for broadcasting this. Long time broadcaster for OP, and everybody's appreciative of that. And everybody watching at home, Mara, if she's still awake, and everybody I raced with tonight had a good time. And that's all part of it too, sort of the fellowship, racing in channels, and just kind of decompressing before you got to go to bed and get back up and go to work and earn a pittance.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations. Nice job on that 3rd place, and go to work and brag about how you did here tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just no, I'm just kidding.
Either way, man,
win a championship.
Nice job out here tonight.
Thanks, Gar.
That is the 04 Mark Mann getting it done here tonight. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Next week will be the final race in the round of 8. We will settle the score. All 4 of our championship contenders will be decided by that point. So until then, y'all stay safe. Have a great night.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.